video on completing the HTML portion of your project. So instructional would come when we log into our code.org using the login button. We come to projects. We scroll down our screen where it says view full list. We come to our screen where it says Web Lab right here, and we choose Web Lab. The first step is naming your project. So we're going to click on rename. It's going to be your first name, last name, HTML practice, and your class period. So either 7 or 8. I'm just going to type a 7. Okay. And I'm going to hit save. I just typed the exclamation point so that I know this is my video one. Yours should just have either the 7 or 8. When I look at my screen, there is code already here. I do not want to mess with that. That needs to be on my screen. Line 1 is telling me what language we're typing in. That tells your computer, hey, I'm typing in HTML. Same with line 2. It refers to the HTML language you're typing in. The head tag is where we are linking to our style sheet that connects these two documents. And then the body of my website is where I'm typing. So if you want to create space right here, do not delete these two final tags. The bottom of your website must have the close body and the close HTML tag. Notice what I'm referring to as a tag are these symbols, these brackets with the word inside. There's an open version that's just the brackets and the word. And there's a closed version that has the backslash that comes on your question mark key in front of the same word. So they always come in pairs. Body open, body close. Everybody has a matching. HTML open, HTML close. Head open, head closed. So I'm going to come into line 7 and I'm going to type a tag called the header tag. Notice when I start typing, code.org suggests, just like Google Docs, I can scroll down to the one I want and it will type out the word for me if I want. And then the other side of the bracket. I'm going to then type an open H1, again suggestive, and I can close the other side of the bracket. I'm going to type my first name and my last name, and then the closed version of the H1, putting its matching body. I'll notice that I have red errors on my screen right now because I have an open tag that exists, which is this header tag. I'm going to enter, and I'm going to close the header tag off on line 9 to close that out. At this point, I should see my name appear on my website, and I should have no more red errors because everything is opened and closed correctly. I'm going to hit enter to come down to the next line. I'm going to now type a paragraph, which is a P tag. I'm going to say, my name is Katie Watts, period. I like to, and then list 3 things: hike, run, read. Oh, and read, period. My favorite food is, and you should type these same sentences, but with your answers. And my favorite subject is, and then your answer, period. You should then close your paragraph, and that's how it should appear on your screen. Hit enter, and the next thing we're going to do is an open H2. This is a subheading, and you're going to type a title for a list that you're going to make. So I'm going to do my favorite books. You can do your favorite sports teams, your favorite candies, your favorite whatever you want, and the topic. So my favorite and whatever. And I'm going to make, I forgot to capitalize my F, my favorite books. Okay, and then I closed the H2. Line 12, I'm going to open the list with an OL tag. That is an ordered list because these things are going to be numbered. I'm going to create a shortcut here for myself. LI refers to a list item. I'm going to type the open and close, and I'm going to highlight it, copy, Control C, and I'm going to paste this 1, 2, 3, 4 more times so that I have 5 items, and then I'm going to close my OL. okay, so that the list is finished. I'm now going to go back. This just saves you time and makes you remember to type all the tags. Now I'm going to type in between the tags my favorite things. So I'm going to type my books out now, right between those tags. Okay, so go in between each LI, open and close, and type your favorite items. Okay. And there's your list. Okay. After my list, I'm going to put an image. So I'm going to come to the internet and find something that relates to my list. So for my case, I'm going to find one of my books, find something that relates to your list. And just do it really quickly. It doesn't matter. I'm going to find a cover of one of the books that I used. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and click on it, right click, save image as. Okay, and it's going to save it to my computer. Yours will save to your Chromebook. I'm going to come back to my code. And I'm going to go to add image on the top of my screen, upload button. I'm going to navigate to that file that I just saved. So for me, it is right here. Okay. And then I'm going to X out of this screen. We're going to go over here to where the image is added, to our gray panel, drop-down menu, rename it. You are not deleting the item after the period. So this is a .jpeg. You're leaving the file type, just the highlighted blue portion do you ever delete. And I'm going to call it picture so that we all have the same name in our code. Then I'm going to scroll down after I've renamed it, scroll down to the red text box and copy, Control-C that code, come back to my index document and Control-V to paste that code, which should paste the image. Doesn't matter how big it is at this moment, you should just have an image. Okay, and then I'm going to, this line's a little more difficult. I'm going to, or no, the next one after this one. I'm going to type in OpenH4 and a question. What is your favorite? And if it's candy from your list or if it's sports teams, mine is what is your favorite book? Because that's what my list is about. And a close H4. Okay, so now underneath that picture, I should see you asking somebody, what is your favorite book? This is the line that is a little more challenging, so make sure you pay attention. Input, and I can use the predictive method here, which actually really helps. Type, and if I hit enter with type, the rest of what I need, the equals and the parentheses come up, and I want to type box. Okay, so input type equals box, space, I'm going to type placeholder, and again, predictive comes up with the equals and the quotations, and I'm going to type your answer. You do need to make sure that if you're typing it out by hand, you have the US version of the keyboard. That messes with the quotations if you're in the international on your Chromebook. So there's that. That makes this text box down here for somebody to answer your question. And the final thing we need is a button. So we're going to make an open button tag. It's going to say submit on the button and a close button tag so that the button says submit, so that somebody can submit their work. And then your final tags, I'm going to delete all this empty space that I have. My final tags, if I didn't skip any lines, my final tags should be on line 23 and 24. I'm going to zoom out, Control minus, so that Ms. Watts can see all of my code on my screen. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, Control and the key above my 6, and post it to the discussion board in Schoology called HTML Practice. That screenshot is going to get submitted. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.